Hello friends! Today we are talking about keto mistakes. Come on! Well, hey there! If you're new to my channel, my name is Shelly. I work as a dietitian specializing in weight loss using the keto, low carb, and anti-inflammatory lifestyle. It really is a lifestyle that I personally embraced about 5 years ago when I could not get rid of the last 15 pounds of baby weight. I had some issues with some migraines. My hormones were all over the place. I trashed completely what I learned in school, like the low-fat garbage and eat a whole bunch of whole grains. And I really embraced the keto, low carb, and anti-inflammatory lifestyle. Lost the weight, got rid of the migraines. My hormones are all in balance. I take zero medicine for a 42-year-old. And if that's something you're interested in, and pretty much if you want to lose weight, balance your hormones, and do the same, take no medicine and cook some yummy, tasty meals for your family, you are gonna wanna subscribe to this channel. Well, in today's video, friends, we are gonna go over some really simple mistakes that folks make when they go keto. Often in my clinic, I get a lot of phone calls from folks who wanna be a new client. And if you wanna be a client in our clinic, you can scroll down below. You can see in the description box how you can email us. But what happens is I have a lot of ladies who call me and they say, hey, I've been doing keto for about 3 months. I lost about 10 pounds. I'm feeling good, but I've been stuck for the last 2 months. And I really think I want to throw this lifestyle away. And the first question I typically ask is, are you feeling good? And they say, yeah, my energy's great. I'm just not losing weight. And I always tell them, I guarantee you're making one of the mistakes that I'm going to discuss with you today. But without further ado, let's start our list. So one of the first mistakes that folks will make when we're walking through what they're eating is you are choosing the wrong type of fats. And this is where I kind of have to get in the argument with my colleagues, which I really don't like to do. They say, Shelly, I cannot believe as a dietitian that you promote the keto lifestyle. And I go, I do. And they say, oh, well, that's just crazy because
all folks on keto do is just eat butter and ranch dressing and just drink it.
And I go, no, that's what frat boys do. What we do in this clinic is we focus on good plant-based fats. And in particular, I ask clients to pick only a few so that we don't spend a ton of money. The easiest one is olive oil.
We'll start off with olive oil. Start off with the olive oil. Olive oil, a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and then a light sprinkling of extra virgin olive oil.
We're used to it. It's at our local supermarkets. You can cook with it. You can bake with it. We have to be careful with it in our air fryer because if we put our air fryer at too high of a temperature, it could cause a smoke of fat. So I love the fact that avocado oil, yes, is sold at our local supermarkets, but we can use it in a variety of products from savory to sweet dishes. And avocado oil, because it has a better smoke point, works fantastic in your air fryer. Things like your Ninja Grill, which we'll talk about in videos down the road, but it's a good all-around product. Now there's a couple of others, but most of the time we stick with the olive or the avocado in our clinic. Now you can use 100% butter. Kerrygold's a really popular item that folks will do. And the fats and oils that you want to stay away from is really your soybean oils, your canola oils, any kind of trans fat. So I encourage folks who say, hey, this is a keto bar, because that happened a lot. Make sure there's no hydrogenated oils in there as well. Number 2 on our list relates to number 1. We're actually not getting enough fat. So for example, a lot of my ladies will choose to have some type of salad at lunchtime, even a soup that's a vegetable-based soup. And in that menu below, I have some excellent soup recipes. But we want to add about a tablespoon of fat to our meals. Now for some folks we do 2, just depending on what plan they are on. And so for your salads, I say add an additional tablespoon of olive oil. Very easy to do, very easy to add. If you're already doing maybe like an oil and vinaigrette or one of my favorite salad dressings, I did a video earlier which went over Tessemae's and Primal Kitchen Thousand Island. My favorite.
That's a 10.
And I add a little bit more oil. In fact, I add a tablespoon of oil and the taste just makes the salad so amazing. The other thing that you could do is you can add a tablespoon of oil to your soup. You can maybe add a tablespoon of nuts or seeds to each of your meals so that you can get enough fat. But again, we're focusing on that plant-based fat. We're not sitting here drinking ranch dressing. We're not licking butter. We're not doing any of that stuff. We're adding that good quality fat to that meal. It's good. Now, the third problem, and this again is a very controversial problem, and I'm gonna do a whole video about this down the road, is you should really look at cutting gluten. Now, there are a lot. Here's my issue with a lot of the pre-packaged products that have the word keto on there. A lot of them do have some form of gluten in them, so you just wanna eliminate the ones that have wheat. This again is highly specific for folks who might have plateaued, who maybe have some more hormone issues than somebody who doesn't. This is one of my really specific tips, and for me, this is what I cut to get rid of the migraines and to get rid of the issues with hormones. Now, how do we look at this on the label? Very easy. You just look at the package, and usually it's some type of bar, and you know my feeling about bars. I hate them. And they usually have some form of wheat in there. So give it a try and cut out the gluten for about a week. See how you feel. See if it kind of gives you a little bit of that weight loss for you. The next item is vegetables, and particularly we are not eating enough vegetables. Now, our plan is a higher fiber plan. Some folks confuse keto with carnivorism, which is where you eat a diet that is strictly meat-based, and that's a whole nother topic for another day. We want to get good leafy greens in, and in fact, we want to get a couple more vegetables at each meal, in particular, 2 or more cups of vegetables a day. So what we don't want to do is just eat ham and cheese rolled up. Very popular lunch for a lot of folks, and there's no vegetables with it. We have to add those vegetables to there. And again, if we have a job where we may not be able to sit down and eat the vegetable, can we drink the soup? Can we do something that's really quick, like the celery and the carrot sticks dunked in a great olive oil based dressing? Can we maybe double up our vegetables that night? But bottom line is we have to get 2 or more cups of vegetables in. Some people even are pushing 4. I would say I get between 3 and 4 cups in a day. Start off small and gradually add, and you'll realize, wow, it is pretty easy. And I do encourage my afternoon snack to be a vegetable-based one. I usually do celery and an olive oil-based ranch, which is Primal Kitchen or Tessemae's, or the celery and the nut-based peanut butter, just so I can continue to get that vegetable in. And now our next mistake deals with the vegetable, because at night, people always tell me, oh, I steam my vegetable and I just love it like that. And I go, well, we need to add a little bit more fat to that. So anytime you steam vegetables, so the problem is we steam vegetables plain. So if you do the steamer bag from the freezer, which I'd love, again, check that ingredient, make sure that vegetable is the only ingredient on there. You can add a teaspoon to a tablespoon of the 100% butter. Some people do toss in a little bit of olive oil or avocado oil. Again, this adds taste, and remember, fat promotes satiety, and that is the feeling of fullness. And also with our veggies, adding fat helps the body to absorb the nutrients from that vegetable a whole lot better. The next one, I'm always talking about this topic, and you all know what I'm gonna say, and that is water. Typically, folks who follow any diet plan do not get enough water, but if you're following a keto and anti-inflammatory plan, you need to get more water in. So here's why. Now, dehydration tends to be pretty common in folks who do keto. There's something called the keto flu. Now, me personally, I never got the keto flu. I never experienced the keto flu. And I really feel like it's because I kept my hydration levels up. I did the right amounts of fat. I even did the right amount of sodium. Now, one of the side effects of keto is that through the urine, we tend to excrete a little bit more salt. And that unfortunately can decrease our electrolyte level. And with keto, when we're eating higher fat, we're producing less insulin, that hormone that loves to hold on to fat, will keep our sodium levels low. So if you do feel like you're experiencing some type of keto flu, you could add about 1/8 of a teaspoon of the Redmond sea salt to your water. Again, that is not a lot. That is about a dash. Me personally, I have never had to do that. But again, you got to stay hydrated for this plan to work, and really for any other plan to work. The key is, they say, to look at your urine, make sure it is that light lemonade color to make sure you stay fully hydrated. Now again, before we get to the final keto mistake that so many folks make, I want to friendly remind you all that you can scroll into the description box and you can download our 7-day keto low carb and anti-inflammatory menu. And without further ado, friends, our final mistake that folks on keto make is that we snack on cheese.
So basically, what I was thinking of was, oh, I can't believe you've done this.
I know, you probably were not expecting that, but it is the #1 mistake that I have folks who come in my clinic do. And this is where folks will argue me and they say, well, isn't cheese keto? And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, technically it is, but it's not enough. It is not a worthy enough snack. A cheese stick has about 5 grams of protein, maybe 5 grams of fat. You're gonna just eat that and you are gonna be full. You're not gonna be full. You're gonna be rambunctiously starving in about 30 minutes to an hour. So what can we do? Well, #1, I really push for cheese to be a condiment. So what do I mean by that? You add a little cheese to your salad. You may add a little cheese on top of your eggs. I don't push for the continuous consumption of cheese, even though I love cheese. Cheese is my, people will say like peanut butter is their spirit animal and bacon and eggs is their spirit animal minus cheese. But the truth of the matter is we need a heartier snack if you're going to have a snack. So what you can do if you're obsessed with the cheese is you can add, 10 to 20 almonds to it. I really push for more of a plant-based fat snack instead of just cheese, which again is your nuts, your olives, those items, because they're a lot more substantial and they'll keep you fuller longer. I'm sorry, cheese. I love you, but you are not worthy of my snack. Well, gang, that's it. That is my list. I'm sure I missed some items. So if you have a comment about, hey, here's a mistake I made and here's how I fixed it, you can definitely list it below. We are a community. I love to share thoughts and ideas of my community members, of my clients with you all. And if you love this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to give it a share on your socials. And gang, my name is Shelly. I wish you all a wonderful day. Bye-bye.